Bitcoin hits another all-time high right here of $124,000 plus, okay? And right now, market is coming back down. So what is happening with the market? After market creates a new all-time high, we should not see this aggressive dump right here. And the reason for this dump is because this very news was just released few minutes ago. If you come to this very area right here, where we have this very data, the PPI month on month and the core PPI month on month come out to be higher than expected. So if it's higher than expected, then that means it's good for the US dollars, but not good for crypto coins. That is why we are seeing the market coming back all the way to the downside. However, we saw the CPI turn out to be very good. That was Tuesday this week. But market right now is coming back down, cancelling out all the move that we saw from the CPI data. Because after the CPI data, market began to move all the way to the upside on the price of Bitcoin. And right now, after the PPI, market is coming back down. So what next for the market? Let's look at that in this very video. If you look at it, at this very point, it's one of the important area that I have been talking about, and that is where the market is right now. So a possible reaction from here, but I still expect that this market come back down a little bit. And what I'm expecting right now is a little bit different from what I've been talking about on this channel. So from here, market is very, very most likely to come into this very area right at this point. That is the $15,000 level. So that is what I am expecting personally for market to come back into this very area. Okay. And of course, tomorrow is weekend, and that will further make the market to come back down. In my opinion, I'm expecting market to come back down because if markets could move upward, however, you see this very move from here all the way to this very point was not strong, in my opinion. Okay, you may have something contrary to this, but that is very fine. But it was not strong, and market did not really stay in this very area of $124,000 level, which is a new high for Bitcoin. Market come back down aggressively. You see, after this candle that make the market to create a new all-time high, market begin to come back down, which means something is wrong at this very level. Okay, so having established that fact, market is going to come back down together with this very data that was just released today. I am expecting the Bitcoin price to come back down. So market should come into this very area. And the breakout here will further make us to come into this very point. Of course, we know from history that the month of August is not always good for crypto, unlike we see in the month of May and also month of November. The month of August is not always good for crypto, and things can change. That is very possible, but I am not expecting something very, very cool on the price of crypto this very month. But for next month, September, I am expecting something very cool from the price of Bitcoin and other crypto out there. However, on the immediate short term, expect the market to come back into this very area. That is my expectation. Market should come back down, and then we should see retracement, another move downward before the final move to the upside, or market come back down, and then we break here. Market should come into this very area of $112,000. That possibility is there if we break on this level of important support. And this is what you need to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market, because this is very important. And on the price of ETH, if you remember, if you've been following analysis on this very channel, I talk about the fact that if we see a breakout on this ascending triangle, and that the market is going to move upward, and exact same thing happened. Market broke out with this very bullish candle, and the market began to move upward. But one thing that is very profound on this very price action is the fact that this very move right here was not good. After the breakout, market did not move that much, okay, which means the bulls are getting tired and the bears are going to take control of the market. The market is going to come back down. And this is very important, and that is why I am expecting that the price of Ethereum come back down, okay, into this very area of 4,300. That is where we see this breakout out of this very area of ascending triangular pattern. What that means is market should come back down from here to the downside, and then we should see the market begin to move all the way to the upside. This is very, very important. So expect market to come back down. Of course, market is already reacting to this very fair value gap. We have a gap right at this very point. So market is reacting to this gap. And I believe that the market is going to come back down still into this gap before the next move upwards. So my expectation on the immediate short term on ETH is for the market to come back down, okay, and then begin to move upward. That is my personal expectation right now. Of course, I'm not expecting market to come into this very area of $4,000 level. It's very important. Market can do that, but right now, market is not going to come there on the immediate short term. That is not what I'm expecting, okay? If market break out of this area, I may expect that, but right now, I'm not expecting market to just crash into this point, okay? That possibility is there, but I don't see that on price action. I see a little drop into this area, okay, before the final move all the way to the upside on the price of ETH. And on the price of Blum, my position have not changed. I've been talking about market coming back down, okay, right from on Tuesday at this very point that market should come back into this very area, and that position still remain. I am still expecting market to come back into this very area, and the market is going to find support before the next move to the upside. And from now moving forward, I want to see stability in the price of Blum. And this is very important. And on the price of Pi USD4 chart, it is covered that this very area of interest is where market is rejecting from right now. So market rejecting from this area of interest also mean a lot of things to us. What that means is we should pay attention to this area because there are buyers right here. Why? Because this is where the market moved from in the past. Market moved from here with strong bullish move all the way to the upside and begin to have a decline, downward, move upward, come back down, move upward. What next? Market should come into this very area, move, and then if we see a breakout here on this level of support, the market is going to go back down into this very point before the final move to the upside. This is what you have to pay attention to. Look at this. It's very, very important to be in the right direction of the market. And on the price of Sol makes significant move since the CPI data on Tuesday. Look at it. Market makes significant bullish move all the way to the upside. Okay, come back down, move upward a little bit, and then come back down into this very area. So we have key point of interest that you must have to pay attention to. Let me delete this one. So from here, this is the point of interest you must have to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market. This is first area, and that is why we are seeing the market rejecting from this very point, okay? And then the next point that is also very important is this very area right here, and that is where I am expecting the market to drop into this very point. So market should drop back down into this very area before the next move to the upside, and a breakout of this very region, especially this price level of 182, market should come back down into this area, and then I am expecting the final move to the upside from this very area if we see the market breakout of this very point of important support. And this is what you must have to pay attention to as well to be in the right direction of the market on the price of Solana. And on the price of Sui, we don't really see any significant move in the price of Sui in the past few days. However, market did move, create another new high, higher than the previous high at this very point. So since the market moved upward, no significant move compared to when the market moved all the way from here to this very point. This move is very short. However, a little bit momentum compared to what we saw right at this very area. What that means is the market right now should retrace back down, and the point I am expecting this retracement to come into is this other block area. Okay, this other block area is very, very important. This other block area, and my expectation is that the market should come back down to grab liquidity from this other block area. Market should come back down and take out liquidity from here, okay, before the final move to the upside, because of course there is liquidity seated around this very point. Okay, there are a lot of buy orders around this very area, so market can come back down, take out those buy orders before the final move to the upside. This is my personal opinion on this various chart. You may have something contrary to this, and that is very okay. That's how price action work. We look at things differently on price action. So on Bitcoin, on ETH, on Blum, we have Pi right here, we have Solana and Sui. All of these very important. And if you look at coin market cap, in the past few days, we've seen the market grown past $4 trillion. And this is very important because once the market begins to grow like this in size, it means a lot of liquidity is flowing into the market as well. And we need to pay attention to this. So I expect the market to do $5 trillion to $10 trillion in this very bull market. And that is very important. So this is $4 trillion. I'm expecting another $1 trillion minimum to be added to in the global crypto market capitalization from 5 trillion to 10 trillion. This is what I am expecting in this very bull market personally, and this is my personal opinion. So if you look at the altcoin index, 38, a little bit moving to the positive side. I'm looking at 60, 70 between that range for us to see aggressive pump in the market. These are the things you need to pay attention to right now, guys, to be in the right direction of the market. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for other crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, link in the description of this video and also the pinned comment. It is a free channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.